LSD Dream Emulator is a strange and unique game that was released on the PlayStation 1. The game is very different from any other game you might have played before. In this game, you play as a character who is exploring their dreams. The game is not very goal-oriented, and the player can move around and interact with different objects in the dream world. The game is considered one of the top 4 unusual video games on PS1 because of its surreal and abstract nature. It is a game that is more about exploring and experiencing the dream world than completing objectives. The game's visuals and sound effects are very strange, and the game's overall atmosphere is very dreamlike. The game has gained a cult following over the years, and many players have found the game to be a fascinating and memorable experience. The game's unusual nature and lack of traditional gameplay make it stand out from other games on the PlayStation 1, and it is definitely a game worth trying if you are looking for something different and unique. Incredible Crisis is a video game released on PlayStation 1 that tells the story of a family's crazy day. The main character is Taneo, a salaryman who must overcome a series of bizarre challenges to get home in time for his grandmother's birthday dinner. Along the way, he and his family members are caught up in strange situations like being chased by a giant bear, flying in a toy airplane, and even participating in a game show. The game is one of the top 4 unusual video games on PS1 because of its unique blend of wacky humor, mini-games, and a compelling storyline. The game's Japanese developers aimed to create an experience that was different than anything else available on the market at the time. They succeeded by creating a game that was both engaging and entertaining, with a mix of action, puzzle solving, and humor. Incredible Crisis also stands out for its use of quick-time events, which require players to react quickly to on-screen prompts. The game's sound effects and music add to the overall experience, creating a fun and immersive world that players won't soon forget. Overall, if you're looking for a fun and quirky video game experience, Incredible Crisis is definitely worth checking out. Vib Ribbon is a game that was released on the PlayStation 1 in 1999. In the game, you control a character called Vibri, who is a small rabbit-like creature. The game is unique because it generates levels based on the music that is playing. The game analyzes the music and creates obstacles and enemies that match the rhythm and melody of the song. The player must use Vibri to jump and dodge these obstacles while collecting points. Vib Ribbon is one of the top 4 unusual video games on PS1 because of its innovative gameplay. The game's ability to generate levels based on the music playing was ahead of its time and was not seen in many other games at the time. The game's graphics were also unique, with simple black and white line art that was reminiscent of a sketchbook. The game's soundtrack was also impressive, with a mix of electronic and hip-hop music. Overall, Vib Ribbon is an unusual and innovative game that stands out in the PlayStation 1 library. Its unique gameplay and graphics make it a must-play for anyone interested in unusual and creative video games. Mr. Mosquito is a video game where the player takes on the role of a mosquito and must survive by sucking blood from humans in a Japanese family. The game is unusual because it puts the player in the perspective of a tiny insect, rather than a human or animal character. One reason why Mr. Mosquito is one of the top 4 unusual video games on PS1 is because of its unique gameplay mechanics. The player must navigate through the house while avoiding detection by the human family members, who are armed with bug spray. The mosquito must also land on specific body parts to suck blood and avoid being swatted or killed. Another reason why Mr. Mosquito is unusual is because it provides a unique perspective on the relationship between humans and insects. The game allows players to see the world from a different point of view, and highlights the importance of insects in the environment. Overall, Mr. Mosquito stands out as an unusual video game on the PS1 due to its unique gameplay mechanics and perspective on the relationship between humans and insects.